The Minecraft cave update is just around the corner, and while I'm most certainly excited to play it, I hope it's as good as we all think it's going to be. The update to me looks like a sort of last resort for Minecraft to keep their player base happy, as Hytale is set to release later this year. The Minecraft community has wanted a cave update for years now, and I see no coincidence that the huge cave update and the potential Hytale beta will be released around the same time. Today everybody, I'm going to keep on the topic of the underground and talk about how I believe caving will work in Hytale. So with that being said everybody, let's get right into it. Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here guys, and today everybody, I'm going to be talking about how I believe caving will work in Hytale. But first, if this is your first time here, please go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. We are on that grind for 10k. The goal is to reach 10k by 2022, and I really think we can do that. We're on the pace for it already, so let's go for that. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, and also guys, I just activated channel membership, so if you want to support me even further than just subscribing and liking and stuff, you can support me by becoming a member. You get some cool perks, color names in the comments and streams, and even a special role in Discords, and maybe sometimes some shoutouts in videos. So first I want to take a look at this World of Orbis concept art and take a brief look at how the caves will sort of kind of form in Hytale. It's kind of like a very brief, just rough early on concept art image, but I think it's still good to look at. So when we take a look at this concept art, we'll go through each of the zones just real quick. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, it looks like you can just find caves like underground and stuff. Zone 1 looks to be the most Minecraft-like, if you want to put it that way. You can just find caves just on the surface and they go straight down, but the caves are a lot different than kind of what Minecraft looks like. Like they do have the entrance into a cave, but they look more kind of like ant hills if you take it a look at this way, and Minecraft caves are a little bit different. I'll put a screenshot of Minecraft's like cave generation on the screen, but yeah, they look really cool. I love how there's like so many deep and like crazy crevices. I know Minecraft is going to be having the cave update soon, and it'll be hopefully kind of similar to how Hytales look, because I think Hytales look amazing. But yeah, Zone 2, I believe this is probably because there are scarix in Zone 2, and this does look more termite-y or ant-ish, because there's like straight lines going down and everything and into the lava. And if you notice in Zone 1 and Zone 2, they actually have lava at the bottom, but Zone 3 actually doesn't. It doesn't look like Zone 3 has lava at the bottom, but we do see that there is lava in some Zone 3 caves, so I guess they just didn't add it in that concept art. I do believe it'll be there, but I just don't think it'll... Maybe it won't be as common, considering Zone 3 is like the ice zone and it's more cold considering, and there's no hot and stuff, you know how it is. Yeah, but Zone 2 looks really cool. I love the look at it. You can see underground they have, I think those are either wind crystals or scarix eggs. They are the same color, and this is an early concept art, so it's hard to tell. And like we said before, Zone 3, it looks like the early portion of the caves in Zone 3 are going to be all just a sheet of ice. And we do actually have some like screenshots and videos of it, so that's actually really cool. I love how that looks. And then underground looks to be actually some type of maybe grass under, like down there, which I find to be really cool. I guess maybe since it's so cold up in Zone 3, super farther underground is actually warm, and plants can grow down there, which I think is really cool. And then we take a look at Zone 4, and Zone 4, we all know that it's pretty much flipped upside down in that sense. It's kind of like Ark Scorched Earth. So the top layer, it's like literally the opposite of Zone 3, I would say. Minus like the underground, but the top layer of Zone 4 is like what would be the bottom of Zone 1 pretty much, and then once you go down into the caves, it's not super hot anymore and super dead, and it's like just an actual nice cave, and a tropical jungle's actually down there too, which is really cool. So I wanted to take a look at this as a brief overview, so now we're going to go into more depth of each of the zones and maybe some ores that will be in the game. Alright, so we're on this weapons research concept art, and there are quite a few ores that can be seen in this. We've seen 4 actual main ones, but there's actually some other ones that I have noticed in some like videos and stuff. So I think the worst type of ore that you can find, or maybe even the most common, this is probably going to be a little bit like worse than iron in Minecraft. I would maybe assume this to be the strength of like gold or something, but it's still a metal, and this is going to be copper. Copper is also going to be added in the most recent Minecraft snapshot too. with the cave update. But yeah, there is copper, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the most strongest material in Hytale. Like, the sword literally has a hole in it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it has very low durability as well. And I like the color. We do see some other like copper screenshots of like players with copper, and they don't look like they're very far advanced, so it leads me to believe that copper is meh, not the greatest thing, but I mean, it's probably good for beginners. And also some more beginner loot is probably going to be iron. We see somebody mining iron in the trailer and also in a couple screenshots. It also could be copper because they're around the same color. But iron looks to be, I think, probably the equivalent of iron in Minecraft. I mean, it's iron. Like, it's really not the best. It's not the worst, but it is good to get you through those like mid-game boss battles, mid-game materials until you can like move up into more of the stronger type of like materials in the game. So we do see a couple players wielding like iron armor and stuff. It looks pretty cool, I would say. But yeah, it's iron. It's not really the coolest, not the most flashy, but hey, it'll get the job done. Next, I would assume this to be the equivalent to diamond armor in Minecraft, and this is going to be thorium. Thorium is that green set of armor. We see a lot of gameplay and like actually screenshots with thorium, so it leads me to believe that it's not super hard to obtain, and in Minecraft diamonds also aren't super hard to obtain anymore. I guess they used to be or something, but now they're not because, you know, netherite's super insane to get. But thorium, it looks to be maybe a little bit less than diamond, or maybe even the equivalent to diamond. We're not really too sure, considering like it does like 2-hit spiders, which I guess that's pretty cool and stuff. So maybe if you have full thorium armor, you can actually be pretty cool. But you see in some screenshots that the guy in thorium armor has just like is attacking some like zone 2 mages and stuff, so maybe you need that type of armor. So that leads me to believe that it's not that good, but I do think thorium is probably going to be the second best type of material in the game. We also do see some maybe thorium blocks or ores in some screenshots, so it doesn't look that hard to obtain, but I do believe that it would be quite challenging. And now this is the extremely hard and I think the rarest ore that's going to be in Hytale, unless they add some further DLC down the line. But at the moment, what we know is that cobalt is going to be the hardest ore in the game. I don't think we have seen cobalt in any of the videos, unless there's one in the trailer. I'll try to find this one while I'm editing. I can't remember off the top of my head, but cobalt looks to be the netherite of Hytale. We actually do see that in this exploration video. It's in zone 3 when the guy goes into a cave. He has a cobalt shield, so cobalt is there, and he's wearing, I think, iron armor too. So I mean, maybe he got lucky, found some cobalt, and then he used that as his type of material, but who knows. Cobalt in this weapons research looks really cool, and the sword has a nice curve to it, the blade has a nice curve to it, the handle has a nice curve to it, so everything looks really nice. I love how cobalt looks, and I do think that cobalt will be the rarest material in Hytale, unless they haven't revealed something, obviously. If they haven't, then good for them, but I think it would be really cool if they did add one more class of like ore or something. We do know that there's like some sort of like red copper. We don't really know what that is. We've also seen gold. There's nothing we can see of gold over here, but that's like really strongly believe that gold is going to be in the game as well. So we don't really know too much about the ores and caving so far, but this is what I wanted to say about the ores. So let's go take a look into some of the zones. So obviously I'm going to be going in like chronological order of the zones, so we're going to start with zone 1 and then move all the way till zone 4. So zone 1 looks to be the most Minecraft type of caving that we've seen so far. It looks very, I wouldn't say it looks very basic, considering I would assume that it has more depth than Minecraft and the caves look a lot better. But zone 1, you can probably just find some pretty beginner loot, I would say, and then maybe later on, if you go deeper into the caves, maybe fight the void spider and stuff, you'll find some better loot. We're not really too sure what you can find, but I do believe you'll be able to find like copper, iron, thorium, cobalt in all 3 of the main zones. Maybe not zone 4, there might be different stuff down there. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but zone 1 looks to be pretty basic, so I don't believe anything too crazy will be there early on, considering it was supposed to be the original spawning point, then they changed it to like other ones. Also, I do want to say that I didn't mention this earlier, but I do think that you can probably get like stone weapons and all that. That's not considered to be ores and everything, but if they're gonna go like off kind of how Minecraft's doing it, then there's also stone weapons, because we've seen some type of like stone or maybe like shape stone or something. So I do think there will be stone weapons, but other than that, it's kind of cool. What I do really like about Hytale is that the zones actually portrayed into their caves. Like in zone 1 you have zone 1 blocks, in zone 2 you have like sand blocks down into your caves, in zone 3 there's like ice blocks. So I think that's really really cool, and I love that like sort of inclusion with like what zone they're in. So then if you move on to Zone 2, we haven't seen these in Zone 1, but we've seen them in Zone 2 and Zone 3, and it's these sort of kind of like prefab mine shafts. I find those to be, I find these to be like super, super cool, and it literally gives us a look inside of how the caving will look in Hytale, and I think it's amazing. So if you look at this one screenshot, it's a prefab, and you go down under the prefab where there is a cave, which looks to be really cool. And there's a lot into these caves. Like, these caves are already like mined out and everything. Like, they're not explored pretty much. And maybe you can find some like old loot that they left down there. You could probably extend onto the caves to find new caves even. That would be really cool. And there's just a lot of old ruins and everything, and I think that's so awesome. You can discover the lore while you're caving, which in Minecraft I'm pretty sure all you can find with lore while you're caving is just the stronghold and then mine shafts, which, I mean, it's cool, but look at Hytale's. It's unbelievable. I know there is another one. I'm going to pull that up too. And this one is literally a Zone 2 mine shaft, which is so awesome. You can see that they dug everything out in the same way. They have the wood propped up on like the ceiling of the cave and everything to hold up like how an actual mine shaft would do it. I know Minecraft has this as well, but the way that Hytale does it, I think it's really cool. Like, it literally goes straight down. You see this image? It goes straight. It's like a vertical line down. So maybe there's rope that'll take you down. Maybe you have to like pull up something at the bottom and then it'll bring you down, who knows, but I think that is really cool, and I love how the caving is going to look in this game. We also do have an image of somebody mining in Zone 2. It was a recent postcard, and there's quite a few like ores in the background. I think one of them's Thor if you enhance the brightness, and I think she's mining iron, so that's really cool. I really like how caving in Zone 2 is going to work. And then there's Zone 3. I absolutely love the caving in Zone 3. First, I want to say, though, that not everything in Zone 3 is going to be straight up ice. There's also, like, tree biomes, like, that's not super icy. They're more like pine trees and stuff like that. So those aren't, like, fully there will be caves in there, but I doubt that there will be, like, super crazy and anything. They're not going to be, like, full ice caves. It'll just be like actual maybe Zone 1, maybe a little bit colder caves, but nothing too crazy. We do see we do have a video of a player just directly jumping down into a cave, and it looks absolutely amazing. These caves are what I believe to be like the more common ones, like these already mined out zone caves. I do believe that those are probably more rare, and it looks to me that they're only going to be in Zone 2 and Zone 3. We still haven't seen anything in Zone 1 like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are in Zone 1. But yeah, Zone 3 caves, I think they're super awesome. Like I said before, I love how in the caves there's like an ice cave, there's a sand cave, there's maybe going to be a fire cave in Zone 4, maybe there's be like more plantish caves in Zone 1, but I think those look absolutely amazing. And you know, guys, I'm going to be caving a lot in Hytale, so get ready for that. I want to whip up this screenshot right here. It is a screenshot of a Zone 3 like mine shaft, and this thing looks insane. Like, it's very condensed, and there looks to be a lot of loot in there. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's the same mine shaft that we saw in this video where the guy's going down, because that mine shaft looked really cool as well. But this gets me excited, and I know it gets a lot of other people excited too, because it looks insane. There's also another screenshot in this cave. I do believe this is going to be a Zone 3 cave, considering that there's snow in it pretty much. That's why I think it's Zone 3. But then there's also lava in it, so maybe not it's Zone 3, because we don't see lava in that other screenshot, but that's also early on, so they could have changed stuff. So I do think this is Zone 3. Also, guys, this is where we saw gold. That's why I think there's gold. Like, what is this yellow? Or it's not going to be copper, it's too vibrant. I believe this is 100% going to be gold, so it pretty much confirms that gold is going to be in Hytale. And there's one more image that I wanted to pull up for Zone 3, and I'll put it on the screen right now and talk about it for you guys, but I absolutely love this image. I'm pretty sure it's in the background of the thumbnail, and it looks great. Just the way that the player is walking through this absolutely massive icy cave, I just think it looks beautiful, and I cannot wait to do this in Hytale. And it looks to be quite early on as well, considering she has like copper and even like a copper wood shield. So who knows, maybe you can get into these caves quite early on. That would be really cool, like episode 1 in Hytale, you're going into one of these caves. I just think that would be absolutely amazing. And now we're going to move on into Zone 4, and there's quite a bit to look at when we go into like a zone 4 cave. So for starters, I think there will be caves just kind of like zone 1, 2, and 3, how they just go down, you can go mining and stuff. But then look at this. In this tropical jungle research, there is a cave layers, and there looks to be 4 of them. Well, 5 if you count 0 as one of the levels. So the first level, which is 0, is the devastated lands. I've talked about this, and I'm going to be making a whole separate video about the tropical jungle because that's super exciting. In level 1, there is the devastated caves, where pretty much there's probably going to be nothing. I wouldn't even be surprised if you see any ores in there, maybe like a bat or two, who knows. In level 2, there's going to be, it's called few vegetation and water. So I guess it's like as we know, the farther down you go, the more life it is in zone 4, which is pretty cool. I love the aspect of that, by the way. So yeah, then level 2, I guess it is hospitable, but not very hospitable or habitable, whatever. Level 3 is the Slothian jungles and villages. So this is where you see some of the screenshots that we've seen so far. And who knows, maybe those can be on the bottom floor as well. And then zone 4 is the Forgotten Jungle and the Forgotten Jungle dinos and lakes. So that is very exciting. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of the tropical jungle dinosaurs. You guys know my favorite animal in Hytale. We've seen a small clip of it, but it is the cave raptor. I think it's absolutely amazing, and I love and honestly, I can't wait to tame a raptor. Noxy, if you're watching, Buddhacat, if you're watching, Propsy, if you're watching, all you guys should make raptors tameable. I've said this hundreds and hundreds of times, but raptors should be tameable in Hytale, and yeah, that's all I have to say. I really want them to be tameable, so come on, guys. You guys know we should do this. And last, I want to say one more thing, is that there will be probably a lot of dungeons that randomly spawn. We see a couple of them in like Zone 1, and I think just Zone 1 actually. Maybe there will be some in Zone 2 and Zone 3, but we don't really know so far. But yeah, dungeons will be really cool. Definitely can't wait to take definitely can't wait to take a look at that in Hytale and explore some of the loot too, because I think in one of the videos there is, the guy gets a thorium sword from it, so that's pretty cool. I mean, like, that's pretty awesome. I don't know if that was just in there for like visual effect or anything, but I think that's really cool. So guys, I want to give a shout out to the first ever members of this channel. So thank you, Mr. Passion, The Eater, Blitzstrike, and Soglar 2. I hope you said her name right, by the way. I really appreciate the support, guys, and if you guys want a shout out in my videos, just become a member. It's super simple, super cheap. I mean, there's 3 different levels. You can check them out. The cheapest one's like $2 a month. Very cheap. So guys, that's going to include this video. Let me know what you guys think about caving and how caving will work in Hytale. And also let me know if you think it's going to be better than the Minecraft cave update, because I do believe it, and there's probably going to be some triggered Minecraft fans in this comment section. So what's up, guys? Let me know why Minecraft is going to be better than Hytale. I will gladly prove you wrong. So guys, with that being all said, thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.